Hi, welcome to Key to Travel, and I am your girl Key. And today I had to come on to let y'all know some things that you need to not forget when you travel. Cause y'all, your girl be forgetting some things. So with that being said, y'all make sure y'all sit back, relax, smooth it out, and let me tell you what you should not forget in 2025 when traveling. Cause it's getting crazy, y'all. It's getting crazy. Let's go with it. The first thing that you should not forget when you're traveling, of course, if you're going abroad, is your passport. If you're going domestic, your real ID. And this is for the folks, my peeps here in the United States. Okay? Make sure y'all don't forget that. The next thing, because this is some crazy, stupid mistakes that we make. That's what this title gonna be. Some crazy, stupid mistakes that we make when we travel. So if y'all want to know what it is, I'm about to tell y'all. Packing your passports in your check bag once you check your bag. Because some people at the gate, all they want to see is like the real ID. Some people don't even pay attention, right? And if you're going internationally and you pack your passport in your bag, and all they ask to see is your real ID, because some people don't pay attention. Some people do. Some of those ticket agents be on it. They be like, hold on, I need the passport, not your real ID. And they'll make you get it out, and you'll realize it, and you'll get it out, and everything is all good. However, if you pack it in your carry-on, and you go to get on that plane, and they tell you, oh, we don't have any more overhead space, and you didn't put it in that carry-on, and they take your carry-on, and they put it where they don't need to put it, underneath the plane, and you get off, and your next stop, if you have a layover, and they tell you, oh, we need to see passports as well as your ticket, and you get up there and you realize, oh crap, I checked it at the first stop because they didn't have any overhead space and I left it in there, you might have a little bit of problems and a little bit of issues on getting on that plane. So make sure that you keep your passports and your personal belongings that's going to be with you, not your check bag, not your carry-on bag, because carry-ons, when you have those rollers, they want them, okay? Even my backpack, y'all, I have a little bitty baby backpack, right? And I had my under the seat bag, and I had my purse, and I had my baby backpack. And they told me, because I had 3 bags, that they needed to check that little baby backpack. And it was a little bitty baby backpack, just a little bitty one. Now, I could have given my roller under the seat bag, but I was like, you know what, I'm trying to be petty. So I gave them that little bitty bag, and they went ahead and checked it, y'all. Now, they could have had my passport in it, but I hurried up and grabbed it out. It didn't have nothing in it. So that was that. Anywho, the next thing that you do not want to forget when you are traveling is to make sure you have your travel documents. I did a whole video on what happened being stopped at the airport and was about to be turned around and not be able to go to my travels because of a crazy document that didn't come in on time, that I didn't check to see that came in on time. Crazy. So now I make sure it costs me $400 to get it expedited to me. Okay, so this time it's not going to happen. So make sure you have your correct documents before you go ahead and go to the airport to leave for your travels, your international flights. The next thing that you should have, must have, ain't no expeditionally talking about it, have. Make sure you have if you're going internationally, make sure you have your toiletries that you like to use when you go up there, because some places do not carry what you carry and you might want it. So make sure you have it, and make sure you keep them in those 331 packing things that TSA loves to talk about, okay? And the next thing, y'all, let me tell y'all. I did a whole story time. Hopefully y'all saw it. It was on my shorts, but I'm going to tell y'all. Make sure you know what airport you're flying in and flying out of. Yes, y'all. If y'all don't understand what I am talking about, I flew from MSY, which is New Orleans, to JFK. And I had a layover in JFK. And I wanted to hang out in JFK. And then I put another flight, which was my shameless plug. It was my Mint, my JetBlue Mint. If you haven't seen that video, go ahead and check it out. It should be in the description. But anywho, I wanted to do my JetBlue experience, and it doesn't fly from New Orleans to JFK. You have to take it from JFK. So I hopped on it at JFK, and I went ahead to my destination. But on my way back from my destination, I thought I was flying into to go home, we flew back to JFK with the Mint experience. And when I flew back in, I thought I was flying out of LaGuardia because I flew in LaGuardia when I was flying the JetBlue Mint. I had to go to JFK. So my next flight was supposed to be from what I thought LaGuardia to New Orleans, but it happened to be JFK. So I took y'all, it's a whole, check out my shorts, y'all. So I thought I was flying out of LaGuardia because that's the one I always fly in when I come from New Orleans, but I didn't look at my itinerary that I had booked. I didn't have nobody else book it. I'm the travel agent that booked it, y'all. And I went and took Ubers and Ubers and Ubers to get to where I needed to go. Almost missed my flight to go back to JFK where I had just came from. Oh, y'all. And it also happened to me in London, y'all. Luckily, I was early. Luckily, me and hubby tends to get to the airport early, y'all, because in case of any mishaps, anything you forgot, you could always have a chance to run back and get what you need and get back to the airport. We always, always, always try to get to the airport in good, decent enough time to go on our vacations, because it always can be a place where you have forgot something or need to run back and get something, and you still have that little bit of leeway to do that. And that, even if you get to the airport, check your bags and decide then you need to run back, get something, you have time to run back. Well, we have time to run back, get it, and run to our gate. So that's why we tend to get to where we're going kind of early. But luckily we did at those airports, because when we was in London, we wound up at the wrong London airport because I didn't realize London had 2 airports nearby. So then we had to hop in a taxi because we only had like an hour or something in the midst of it. 2 hours. So we had an hour to get to where we needed to go. Once we got there, then we got to rush and get to our gate. But it was crazy. Havoc. Didn't need to do it. So make sure, look at your documents, make sure where you're flying out of. That was just stupid mistakes, right? Just dumb, stupid mistakes. The next stupid, dumb mistake you want to make sure you're looking at the AM and not the PM. I was in the airport with somebody, and the young man was so upset because his flight was for 5 a.m. and he happened to be at the airport at 5 p.m. And he was just distraught because he really, really, really wanted to get to his destination, and he kept having to go do standby after standby after standby, so till he can get on a flight that was actually opened up to get to his destination. And he didn't have any extra money to do that, and it was just a whole lot of hoopla. So just make sure you pay attention to the times of your travels as well, y'all. The next one might seem minute, or very, very little, or very, very small to y'all, but it's not. It's not that small. The other one might be very, very small and very minute to y'all, but it's not very small and very, 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 very not minute. It is to make sure whatever you do your confirmations of your hotels before you leave home. Reason being is I have been, 2 of my hotels has canceled and sent me to different locations, and I had no idea, and I get to their location and realize they told me so. They sent me to sister properties, they sent me to other places that I didn't know of, but I didn't know. Even at the time that I went to Jamaica and the doggone hotel was shut down, and they sent me an email, but I did not check it in time. So please check your emails, follow up with your locations that you are going to, so you don't put yourself in those predicaments. And rental cars. Make sure when you go to get your rental cars that you have also double checked with them, even if you have a confirmation number. And I say all these things, put them in your basket, let you know what you need to watch out for, what you need to look for. And yeah, I'm Key to Travel. I'm just giving y'all a tea on what y'all need to bring. And if you have any questions, please drop it down below. And if you ever left something that you thought was really important that you need to let other people know, like medication, make sure you pack that as well. Please let us know. And I'm going to also do a video on that, y'all, because they have new restrictions on your medications as well. So I'm going to do another video on that. But for this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see y'all in my next video. Peace.